What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simba Sports Hub, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. And yes, our mini bye week has concluded, and we are facing another division rival in the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we got the Dallas Cowboys up next, and this one is a normal rival tough nosed game, but let's be honest, it ain't gonna be that this week because guess what? The Dallas Cowboys are missing their starting quarterback, and they have been playing pretty shitty in the last couple of weeks. They sit at 3-7, and we are 7-4 this go around. And I'm excited that we got a little bit of break. We got some guys back healthy. And we're gonna check all that out on the next page. But for right now, man, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and smash that subscriber button, man. Hit the like button and drop a comment. It's Dallas week, baby. It's Dallas week, and we got Dallas coming up. And y'all already know if you from the DMV, if you reside in the DMV, y'all know it's a bunch of fucking Dallas Cowboys fans in this area, and they be talking big shit. As well as Philadelphia fans. Don't really too much hear from Giants fans, but if we really want to talk about it, let's really talk about it, man. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into the, preview of Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. And look, man, they got us at a -10 favorite or -9, I believe. The spread they got 9, yeah, 9. -10, yeah, -10 and as a favorite to win this game. If you've seen some of the analysts, even your boy, I'm not gonna say his name because he don't deserve his name to be said on this platform. He even picked us to beat the Cowboys, and like I said, man, this team has been hit with injuries. This team is not the same Dallas Cowboys we thought we would be seeing this part of the season. But hey, it is what it is. We gotta play them. We get a chance to get that eighth win and double our record from last year. We only had 4 last year. And so look, this is our chance to come back after getting, belt the ass on offense by the Eagles. Um, and going against 2 top-notch defenses and, not coming out with victories. Our offense looked very stagnant the last couple of weeks. We was not able to get into the red zone like we previously have been. And, with a short week, we had a evening game, I believe, and then we came right back and played a Thursday night game against the division rival. I don't know why we set our schedule up like that. I don't know why the hell we had the Steelers and then following up playing the Eagles right after that. That was a little asinine to me. But anyway, we had to play the game. We had to play the team that was on our schedule and the time that they scheduled us. So look, man, we got the Cowboys up. Like I said, I'm excited from what I heard from Dan Quinn and company. I heard a little bit of Cliff Kingsbury's um, presser, and I heard from Joe Witt. And we're going to knock the elephant out the room, man. Yes, it doesn't look like Marshawn Lattimore, our traded cornerback at the trade deadline, will be playing this week. And quite frankly, I'm at this. I told my guy, I think it was yesterday or today, I said the fanism in me wants to see our trade pick on the field. That's just what I want to see as a fan. But at the end of the day, if he's not 100% healthy, he cannot go. I don't think we particularly need him going against the Dallas Cowboys. Again, they don't have Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb is playing, but we do have the number 6 overall pass defense. So I got to give credit to the guys we already had in the locker room before getting Marshawn Lattimore. So again, I don't think we 100% need him, and it looks like they're playing the end of the season, going into the playoffs type of run. And I don't know if that's enough time to build that chemistry, pick up the verbiage. I'm not saying that is difficult, but at the end of the day, you want a guy that you traded for to get his feet wet, be able to get in there and actually get some bump. And we're gonna start off with some foolishness that I seen earlier, um, a couple of days ago. I don't know who Thom Lavarro is, but just some typical hate. Before Jaden Daniels was drafted by the Commanders, fans were concerned about his slight frame and whether he would hold up to NFL pressures. Now they are hoping their beloved rookie quarterback is hurt. The alternative seems more troublesome. My column. So this was a column that I guess he put out. I don't know who he writes for. Oh, I think he writes for the Washington Times. And this is kind of why I started my channel, man, because you had a lot of analysts back when we was trash, back when we was not beating teams and we were just getting, like cooked. And they have rightfully so had to just write bad things to say about us because it wasn't no good to say about us during that time. But this is kind of what sparked me to start my page and also to give some positivity about my team, regardless of how bad our team looked. And how good we've been looking this year. You know what I'm saying? So to see something like this, and then he cut off the comments and all that based on what this guy said. It's like, man, you the type of guy that really just you are paid to just say something negative. Like it's just that's just what's in I guess it's in your contract. But it is what it is. I don't believe that I wasn't worried about his slight frame. Again, I kind of looked at him like a Lamar Jackson type of build. And I knew that it was going to be a process to put a little bit more weight on him. Not too much because we don't want to take away from his athleticism. Yes, he did get hurt. The injury wasn't, him trying to, you know, make a heroic play. He was trying to get down, and in the process of him getting down against the Panthers, the guy rolled over top of him and kind of collapsed the ribs and all that kind of stuff. But he's back healthy now. I'm going on based on what I hear from Dan Quinn and Jaden Daniels. That's the only two people that I can go off of, and Cliff Kingsbury. He was banged up a little bit. He admitted to it. Jaden himself admitted to it. And now it does look like he got some of that spin back on some of that velocity on the back on his ball, because when we played against the Steelers, man, you saw some of it. Yeah, some of it was inaccurate, and you could say his last two games it was bad, based upon the stats and all that. And I don't know if it's because it's cold, him being a Cali kid, him throwing a lot of balls into the dirt. But yeah, man, it was just it didn't look like the Jaden Daniels we seen prior to the Steelers and the Eagles. And our offense just hasn't looked the same. Like some of those unscripted runs that he had, we ain't seeing those right now. And again, you gotta give credit to the defenses that we just went up against, and pretty much saying, hey, we're gonna keep him in the pocket, and we're not gonna allow him to escape and have those unscripted runs. And we're gonna bet on us winning that game off of that. And guess what? It worked. It worked in their favor. I mean, both teams we moved the ball against, and we shot ourselves in the foot sometimes. Drop passes, drop touchdowns, drop passes to extend the drive. We had penalties that put us behind the line of scrimmage, and then we got beat on pass rushes. It was a multitude of things that came with us not being able to move the ball the last 2 weeks against top notch defenses. And guess what? Anybody out here can say, yeah, I told y'all they can't beat nobody. So, but we beat seven people. We beat seven teams. We beat the teams that we should beat, right? So, hey, maybe we not there to compete with the top of the best of the best. As far as teams that has been building the last 3 years and just been plugging in pieces and continuing the chemistry that they already have in place. Yeah, we a team that just starting off. And guess what? We had a 1 point loss, and then we had what? If you want to, I know everybody don't want to count the last minute touchdown and all that. We had less than a 14 point loss. I'm gonna count it. I don't give a fuck. Just score, stop us. If it was that serious, you would have kept your defense going at Jaden Daniels, and y'all would have tried to pitch a second half shutout, and y'all didn't. So yeah, there was garbage points. I'll take them, but at the end of the day, we have not been beaten by more than 14 points since week 1. And I don't even think that was 14 points. I think we lost that by like a touchdown or something, or like 10. But anywho, hopefully Cliff, Jaden, and company can get back. Took this little mini bye to just sit and reanalyze and try to figure out how can we switch things up on this back half of the season, because we have seen teams kind of scheme against stopping the unscripted plays. And I think, and I've said this to multiple people, we have to run the ball. You cannot tell me that we got a bell horse in Brian Robinson and we are not running the ball. It's no reason why he shouldn't have 15 to 20 carries or 23 carries a game. There's no reason why. And I think we're going to need that to kind of get back into the flow of our offense. I think it was moments that we looked very Eric Bieniemy-ish. And we got predicated on the pass. Multiples can say, oh, well, it's because we ain't had Brian Robinson. Well, we had Brian Robinson against the Eagles, and he only ran the ball 16 times, and he was averaging like 5 yards a carry. That game, if you look at the stats and how many carries he did have, and we was controlling the game, we was winning. Like, it's not like we was getting blown out. there's no reason why he shouldn't have had 25 to 27 carries for that game because you saw him. There's something about Brian Robinson when you see him running, he's breaking the first tackle. The first guy isn't bringing him down unless it's just a play that hey, you just gotta give credit to the defense for stopping him in the backfield. But once he gets going, it's hard to stop that dude. So, I think we need to get back to running the ball heavy, utilizing our three running backs, Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler, and McNichols. Like, we got to use those guys to kind of get back into the flow of bringing those linebackers up. Because once you start establishing a vicious run game, now those linebackers come up. And guess what happens when those linebackers start to come up and and that safety come down into the box to put, extra guy in the box? That means over top of those guys is an open field. So that's quick slant, that in route, um, that play action dump over top of that stuff is going to start to open up. Those cornerbacks going to get a little bit more antsy because now what? They got to play man-on-man coverage. So I think we need to establish the run going into this week against the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully Cliff sees that. And again, I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but just based off of what I've seen, our team is more vicious when we actually run the ball first, and then we incorporate the pass. And you run the RPO because now they don't know what to expect, right? So yeah, that's just a little bit of bull jive. Let's see what I got Brian Robinson had to say.
Get a few days of those last couple of days, that mini bye playing on Thursday. How beneficial is that, especially for this week, to kind of get a few days away?
I think it was good for a lot of guys to mentally get a break and physically too. We needed that. We had a long stretch. I feel like guys feel a lot refreshed. Coming into this week. So we expect to be fresh. Going into the game.
It's Dallas week. Obviously, this game means a lot for the fan base. What do you appreciate about this rivalry and the game itself?
The energy itself, is exciting. It's one to want to play for. So, I just expect, our side of the fan base to, show up and show out. So I'm excited to see how everybody responds to it.
I ain't gonna be showing up, but I'm gonna show out at home in my basement because I sold my tickets. But yeah.
Explain kind of what this means, or did they kind of get the idea because it's such a historic rivalry?
I think guys understand the idea, but they're not gonna know until Sunday when they really see, how they come and how the fans pull up and how excited the fans be about it. So I think Sunday will be the real experience for them.
Knowing you had to fight through some injuries and then the injuries to the O-line, how much is just a couple extra days going to help you guys by the time you get to Sunday?
I mean, every day is critical. We got to just make sure that we're doing the right things with our time and, just investing our time correctly to just, get our bodies, back right. And I think, guys been doing a great job of that. So, guys want to be, feeling a lot better. Me personally, I'm going to be feeling a lot better. I appreciate those days myself. So, I think guys should appreciate, anytime we get a few days extra to take care of our bodies.
How much has the hamstring improved?
Tremendously. Great. I've been moving better, every day, and I'm just going to continue to, improve. I feel a lot better, running around, doing my natural movements. So, I'm getting there.
That's our running back, man. He looked like he ready to go. I think again with those extra couple of days off, I think that a lot of guys was able to heal up and get some of those little lagging injuries like those little knickknacks injuries taken care of, man. So we know he had an issue with his hamstring, and he's saying that he's feeling back good. So that's good to hear. Dorance Armstrong, a previous old Dallas Cowboy.
Just the next game for real. They did try to make it seem like it was a rivalry and stuff like that, but no, not really.
It's very depressing for somebody.
I got something to say about rivalries too.
What though? Now you're going up against your old team. Does that matter something to you? In that
Absolutely.
regard?
I feel like it's one of the biggest games for me. I mean, every game is a big game, but obviously when you play the team you came from, you just have a more urgency or something. I don't know what it is about that, but that's what it is right now for me.
What do you think it's going to mean for Joe, for D coordinator?
Anybody who came from there is going to mean a lot. I mean, this might be one of the biggest games circled for on their schedule, so it's definitely a big game.
Knowing kind of going.
Just the next game.
Dorance Armstrong, he looked like he excited to go against the old mob, and Who else we got? Deron Payne.
And just like I said, be better players, be better playmakers, better technique, just better overall.
Duran, how tough is it when you guys play 50, 55 minutes of really good defense, and then these last couple weeks has just been those big plays at the
I was
end?
going to touch on that too.
How do you get to the finish line there?
Man, it's just a whole nother level of focus. Like we just gotta, like towards the end, you just gotta dial in even more and just knock out all that run game and all the explosive plays that they're trying to create.
With guys like Dorrance and Dante and then DQ and Joe Witt, have you heard it all from some of those guys that this one would mean a lot because they were all in Dallas last year?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I haven't heard about it, but I'm pretty sure. I know it probably mean a bunch to Tyler to beat them. He keep coming by and telling me all the O-line stuff and shit. So it's going to be fun to play against them and get that win from the boys.
Duran, what do you like about these Cowboy games?
It's a division game for one, so you know it's going to be a hard-fought game, and it always means more just because it's Dallas. So.
You hear from the community, like when you're out and about beating Dallas? Is that one of those things that just kind of pops up every now and again, or all the time?
I feel like it's Dallas and the Eagles. Like either or, you'll hear about both of them.
Sorry if this has been asked already, but coming off that short week, now having kind of a long week to prepare, how big of a difference is this for you guys?
We got a chance to get some rest. Just a couple of days to get your mind off of things, and now we get to come in fresh minds, fresh bodies, and just get back to rolling. So.
What's been made game plan such a priority for you guys as a coach?
I feel like just accountability. He doesn't care about who makes a play. We all can make plays, and we band together, and we just try to rely on each other.
And then we got our man Quan Martin. Been playing some good football.
Weak part of our defense these last couple of weeks. So just being able to finish the game in the fourth quarter when it's in our hands.
Now that you're on the other side of it, how difficult is 2 games in 5 days and going this long into the season without a break?
It's definitely taxing on the body, man, but, it's what we signed up for. You just got to take care of your body a little more than you normally would, and just locking in mentally.
Having those extra few days off because you played on Thursday, how beneficial could that be, especially for this week?
It's just great, man. Just gave us the opportunity to really recover, get our bodies back, and, just watch more tape, whatever it was that, guys showed us to do with the free time. But I definitely think it was great and much needed.
Even the Cowboys, they don't have Dak, but they still have a lot of offensive weapons, especially CD Lamb. How do you kind of contain him and slow him down?
Really just knowing where he's at on the field. Just knowing how, teams are trying to attack and get him the ball. So I think we real in tune to that. Coach Witt got a great game plan in for us for, just taking him away when we need to and just playing ball.
That's just a little bit from my guys, man, from the team, man. It looks like they did get a little rest over the weekend. I know it was some speculation. Oh, why is Jaden Daniels out at Wale's concert? Shout out to Wale, man. He was back at home, performing, and they brought Jaden Daniels. Oh, man, you just lost, man. What are you doing outside, man? What you doing? You should be man, look, shut the hell up, bro. Y'all old school thinking that players are just supposed to sit in the house and mope and all that. And nah, bro, this is Bama's. All right, yeah, they lost. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to lose. I'm pretty sure he wanted to win the game. Hey, bro, he got asked to come out and, support, Wale. Man, who cares? Nobody really cares about that. But, let's make sure he was locked in. Now, if he went out during the week in preparation, like right before the game or something, all right, you might have a somewhat of a point there. But if the dude they ain't had no game on Sunday, they was on a mini bye. I don't care what y'all did. Y'all could have went and watched wrestling for all I care, or went to a what's the name type of party or whatever it is. But look here, man. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of touch back in on the play of last week or the short week, and guys locking in like late in the fourth quarters and not being able to finish games. And if I could be a little bit honest, based off of what I saw against the Eagles, is that short week hurt us. It hurt us bad, and us being injured at certain areas didn't allow us to have certain rotations at certain spots. So with that being said, it's kind of like you expected those guys to kind of get tired at some point in time throughout the late ends of those games. But even though that rotation, if we would have had that rotation going in, yeah, we could have possibly had, continue to withstand the defense that we was. But I saw guys playing all 4 snaps. Like, I didn't see Deron Payne, Bobby Wag, Frankie Louvu. None of those guys rotated out. And I haven't seen that in a lot of games the last couple of weeks. It's like we don't see no linebacker rotations or nothing. It's like these guys play every down, every play, every snap, and they don't come off the field. Now, yes, they get paid to play 4 quarters, every down, all 4 downs. Yes, but you still need to have rotational guys come in to be able to help out. You see a little bit of rotation on the D line. I mean, I think I forgot his name, Day or whatever his name is. Number 64 or something, whatever his name is. He kind of rotates in with Johnny Newton and all that. But some of those initial guys, like, they played almost every snap. And you bound to get tired, especially if your defense keeps being out on the field. You know what I'm saying? So that is kind of like, hey, it is what it is. So now with this bye and some guys getting, I believe, as we look at the injury report, let me see this real quick. My bad. Gotta scroll that out. Wait.
Improve from.
Kind of messed up here.
Last week
and we're gonna go right here. And kind of scroll out. My bad. There we go. All right. Based off the injury report, we got Michael Davis who did not practice. I'm not gonna go over all this, but you see our list kind of shrunk a little bit. And then the guys that we had hurt, our whole old line is coming back, man. They had full practices. Our starting kicker, Austin, still limited. Noah was limited. Dante Fowler was limited. But these are guys that we possibly would see play. We'll possibly see them play on Sunday against the Cowboys. Who else we got out here? Yes, again, Marshawn Lattimore did not practice. We saw that, or I heard on X that, he was working on the sideline with the strength and conditioning coaches. I'm going to be honest with you. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, you can go ahead and call him a scratch. I don't think we need him for Sunday. Hopefully we can get him back for, right before the bye week so he can at least have 1 week, of potentially getting some reps in with the defense against the Titans. But yes, I don't think we need him 100% per se, but again, the fan in me want to see him play. You see these guys that's, they got a laundry list of injuries, but again, we're not going to look at all that. We worried about us. We worried about how we going to do and how we going to show up and show out. And again, yes, I did sell my tickets. I am one of those season ticket holders who sold his tickets. And so I apologize if some Dallas fans bought the tickets and going to show up to the game. My bad. But, hey, got to get some of my money back so I can run it up next year. So I can re-up next year, of course. But, yeah, man, keys to the game that I think, again, we got to establish a runner offense. And I think that's going to open back up those passing lanes and allow some of those passes to come back to Jaden Daniels. And hopefully he can be a little bit more on point with some of his passes. From a defense perspective, again, yes, we got to keep eyes on CeeDee Lamb. We know Cooper Rush is going to find him. Him and Jake Ferguson is his 2 best options that I've seen from the last 2 games that he's played. So we got to keep an eye on CeeDee just in general because he's a top 10, top 5, if you want to argue, receiver in the league. And that's who they're going to try to get the ball to the ace guy, and that's CeeDee. We've seen him run a lot of, direct handoffs, motioning handoffs and all that. So with that, like our defense got to be ready to contain the outsides. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we should be too worried about they run offense. And I expect us to win this game. I expect us to win and I'm not gonna say a blowout, but hey, we should just be able to win this game with no issue. But again, this is a division game. Even though that they are battered and missing their starting QB, we still got to go out there and perform. We still got to go out there and prove why we should not be taken lightly going as we get into the back half of this season and potentially entering the playoffs. So if you had to ask me, I think this is probably going to be a 30, 36, 37-point game. 37 to, let's say, 10. They may get 10. And that's me being humble and being fair, I think. Because, again, I just don't believe in Cooper Rush. I'm going to be honest with you, and this is nothing against Cooper Rush. Now if they would say they was playing Trey Lance, I might give you a little something else, but he ain't even look good. So, and the way our defense has been playing, yeah, I don't give them no shot. So 37-10 is the score. We going to close in on double digits from last year, becoming 8-4. So with that being said, man, again, man, make sure y'all smash that the subscribe button. I'm back. I'm off of my mini vacation. It was good to get away from, the blogs and, watching reports and all that kind of stuff. I kind of needed it myself, so I got to recharge. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go. I'm back. I'm back live and ready to drop this content for y'all, man. So again, my prediction 37-10. We come out with the W, and we show our home crowd that we gonna continue to protect home and go 4. I think we 4-1 or 3-1. We either gonna be going 4-1, 5-1, or we're gonna be going 4-1. So we're gonna continue to protect home field. And with that being said, man, hey, look, y'all be easy. I catch y'all on the next one.